Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, pouring your usual cup of coffee, but something feels different. Your knees do not crack, your hands no longer tremble when holding the mug, and your body suddenly feels light, almost as if it has been oiled from the inside after years of stiffness. It is not magic, and it is not an expensive medicine. It is simply a few spoonfuls of natural powders stirred into your morning coffee. I have met so many people over the age of 60. They once loved gardening, cycling, or even just walking around their neighborhood. But now climbing a few steps already feels like a challenge. Most of them think that is just the price of getting old. But the truth is this: your body never forgot how to heal itself. It just needs to be awakened in the right way. Scientists in the United States, Japan, and across Europe have discovered that by adding a few simple natural nutrients to your morning routine, especially in your cup of coffee, you can help regenerate joint cartilage, rebuild muscle strength, reduce inflammation, and restore cellular energy. In other words, that cup of coffee you drink every day can quietly become a regeneration elixir, helping you feel younger, more flexible, and more alive, just like you did years ago. I believe aging is not the enemy. It simply means your body is missing the building blocks it once had to repair itself. And today I am going to share with you 5 natural powders, all scientifically proven, that can transform your everyday coffee into the secret of renewal for anyone over 60. Before we go further, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below, tell me your age and where you are watching from. I read every single one because each person has their own story of health, of losing and regaining vitality. Whether you are watching from sunny California or from a snowy morning in New York, we all share the same wish to stay healthy, mobile, and free, even as the years go by. And remember, what I am about to share is not medicine, and it is not a passing trend. This is science, helping your body restore itself by giving it the right raw materials. Just like an old machine that runs smoothly again after an oil change, your body can renew itself when it is properly nourished. I have seen many people who believed aging meant decline, but after just a few small changes to their morning coffee, they began to move more easily, sleep more deeply, and feel alive again. So if you think your body is too old to change, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, you will discover 5 natural powders carefully studied that can turn your ordinary cup of coffee into a quiet source of renewal for those in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s. 1. Collagen Peptides, the Regeneration Miracle. Have you ever heard a doctor say, once cartilage is gone, it can never come back? I used to believe that until I read a 2023 study from Kyoto University in Japan. Their scientists proved that even people in their 70s could reactivate the body's natural cartilage regeneration process simply by supplementing with the right kind of collagen each day. The results were astonishing. Cartilage thickness increased by more than 11%, joint space expanded by 14%, and pain levels dropped by nearly 60% in just a few months. It reminded me of Walter, a 73-year-old former Navy veteran living in Maine. He was once the type of man who could not sit still until his knees forced him to give up his long walks by the ocean. Just standing up from a chair sounded like cracking old wood, he told me. But after 3 months of adding collagen peptides to his morning coffee, he said, "I am not only walking again, I feel like my body has turned back 10 years. Seeing him standing tall, smiling in the sea breeze said more than any study could. So what exactly happened inside his body? And could it happen to you? Collagen is a protein that makes up about 30% of all the protein in your body. It is the building material for your skin, hair, nails, bones, and especially your joints. As we age, our natural collagen production slows down. The result, cartilage wears thin joints, dry out, and every movement starts to ache. But the special hydrolyzed collagen peptides used by Japanese researchers have very small molecules between 2,000 and 5,000 Daltons, which means they can pass through the intestinal wall, enter the bloodstream, and travel directly to joint tissue. Once there, they stimulate cartilage cells called chondrocytes to rebuild new matrix material. In other words, instead of temporarily lubricating your joints like painkillers do, collagen peptides help your body patch up the damage itself. The process is slow but steady, like replacing each old brick in a crumbling wall. Over time, your joints do not just hurt less, they actually become stronger and more flexible. Another study in Germany involving over 1,000 participants above 60 years old showed similar results, After 6 months of taking collagen peptides, bone density increased by 8%, muscle mass by 12%, and the need for pain medication dropped significantly. When asked how they felt, most participants gave a simple answer: I can walk without fear. Sometimes the greatest happiness in old age is simply being able to walk without needing someone's arm for support. Many people still think collagen is only for women who want younger-looking skin. But the truth is, collagen is the foundation of youth for the entire body. When used properly, you will notice not only smoother movement, but also firmer skin, thicker hair, stronger nails, and deeper sleep. Your body begins to remember how it once worked when you were younger. Using collagen effectively is simple. Each morning, add 10 to 15 grams of collagen peptides to your hot coffee. It has no smell, no taste, and dissolves completely. Do not forget one important detail: add a small amount of vitamin C. Just half a small lemon or a little acerola cherry powder will do. Vitamin C acts as the key that activates collagen synthesis, helping your body absorb and rebuild up to 40% better. Drink it on an empty stomach about 30 minutes before breakfast. This is when absorption is strongest. If you stay consistent after 3 to 4 weeks, you will begin to feel the difference: less stiffness, greater flexibility, and a return of natural energy. After 3 months, the change is even more visible, and for many it marks a true turning point in their journey to feeling young again. Some people ask me, I am 70 already, am I too late? The answer is no. It is never too late to help your body heal itself. Collagen peptides do not reverse time, but they allow your cells to function the way they were meant to. It is like awakening an orchestra that has been silent for too long. Once the baton waves again, the music returns in harmony. I believe every morning is a chance to start fresh, not with regret, but with a small act of self-care. When you stir that spoonful of collagen into your coffee, you are doing more than just mixing a powder. You are sending a message to your body. I still want to live fully, I still want to move freely, and I believe you can do it. Perhaps the most beautiful thing collagen gives is not in the numbers or graphs, but in the feeling of freedom when you are no longer limited by pain. Imagine walking down the stairs in the morning, taking your dog for a stroll, or picking a few flowers from your garden. These may seem like small things, but they are symbols of joy. And when you realize your coffee not only wakes your mind, but also heals your body from within, you will see that age truly is just a number, because the body, when cared for the right way, can always renew itself. 2. Mushroom Blend, the Mind-Body Reviver. You have probably heard people talk about superfoods, but few realize that one of the true secrets behind the long, sharp, and active lives of many Asians lies in medicinal mushrooms. Not the regular white ones you find at the supermarket, but rare species that have been used for thousands of years in traditional Eastern medicine: lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. What makes them remarkable today is not just ancient folklore, but how modern science has confirmed their powerful effects at the cellular level. I still remember the story of Helen, a 68-year-old retired literature teacher from Oregon. After retirement, she felt her memory fading. Familiar names became hard to recall, and even a short walk around the block left her breathless. Her daughter suggested trying mushroom coffee every morning, a trend Helen initially dismissed as just another social media fad. But after 6 weeks, she realized she could read for hours and stay focused, walk much farther without exhaustion, and most importantly, she felt something she had not felt in years, a sense that her body and mind were finally working together. Again, she told me, I no longer feel like my body is fighting against me. Everything seems to move in harmony again. Science explains this perfectly. Lion's mane contains rare compounds called hericenones and erinacines molecules that stimulate the body to produce nerve growth factor, or NGF. This is a type of protein responsible for creating and protecting the neural connections between your brain and your muscles. When NGF production increases, your memory, reflexes, and ability to focus all improve significantly. Cordyceps, a fungus once found only on the high plateaus of Tibet, helps increase the production of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, the main source of energy for every cell in your body. This boosts endurance, reduces fatigue, and helps muscles recover faster after activity. In a study conducted at the University of North Carolina, participants over the age of 65 who took cordyceps daily for 8 weeks improve their walking and stair climbing endurance by more than 30%. And then there is reishi, often called the mushroom of longevity. It works like a natural immune regulator, helping to reduce hidden inflammation throughout the body, stabilize blood pressure, and improve sleep quality. 3 essential foundations for real lasting recovery. When these 3 mushrooms, lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi, are combined, scientists call it the synergistic effect. It means that instead of merely adding up, their benefits multiply, creating a powerful transformation for both body and mind. Research from the National University of Singapore found that adults over 60 who use this 3-mushroom blend for 6 months experienced 37% better memory, 43% greater endurance, nearly 40% less fatigue. They did not just walk farther, they described feeling lighter and clearer each day. The human body is like an orchestra. Each organ and cell has its own instrument to play, but as we age, the conductor, our nervous system, and the musicians, our muscles, start losing synchronization. Medicinal mushrooms help restore that rhythm. Reconnecting the brain with the body, you begin to think faster, move more freely, and most importantly, feel that your mind and body are working together again. If you want to experience this harmony for yourself, try this simple practice. Every morning, about 30 minutes before breakfast, when your stomach is still empty, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of a mushroom blend powder to your hot coffee. Stir until smooth. The taste is slightly earthy and mildly sweet. It is far more pleasant than you might expect. This timing is ideal because on an empty stomach, your body absorbs the bioactive compounds much more efficiently. After just a few days, you may notice subtle shifts: deeper sleep, smoother digestion, or a steady flow of energy that lasts throughout the day. Those are signs your nervous and immune systems are finding balance again. The best part: the benefits of these mushrooms go far beyond simply feeling less tired. Long-term studies have shown that after 12 months of consistent use, people experienced a 17% increase in muscle fiber density, meaning their bodies were literally rebuilding at the cellular level. When your muscles are stronger, your mind clearer, and your immune system balanced, your whole body begins to function like a youthful, well-tuned system again. That is why I believe we do not need miracles to be healthy. What we need is to restore the connection between the mind and the body, and these 3 mushrooms do exactly that. They do not just add energy. They help your body use energy more efficiently, leaving you feeling sharper, lighter, and more in control. If collagen is the material that rebuilds the body, then the mushroom blend is the conductor, helping your cells communicate and work together in harmony. And when you sip that cup of coffee infused with mushrooms each morning, you are not just nourishing your body. You are awakening your memory, your endurance, and your zest for life, the very things time once tried to take away. 3. Turmeric plus black pepper, the inflammation killer. Among the thousands of natural powders praised around the world, turmeric is probably the most familiar name. Almost everyone has heard of its power to reduce inflammation and ease pain. But here is what most people do not know. Many are using it the wrong way, which means they are receiving less than 10% of its true benefits. I once had an elderly patient tell me I have been drinking turmeric for 6 months, but nothing has changed. When I asked how he used it, he said, "I just mixed the powder with warm water." And that right there was the problem. Curcumin, the golden compound inside turmeric that gives it all those healing powers, is very hard for the body to absorb on its own. It needs companions, healthy fat and black pepper, to unlock the door into your cells. A groundbreaking 2024 study from Johns Hopkins University made this crystal clear. Adults over 65 who took plain turmeric saw only an 8% improvement in joint pain. But when black pepper was added, their pain relief jumped to 54%. And when they combined turmeric with both black pepper and MCT oil, pure coconut oil, the effect increased by more than 3,000%. That is not magic. That is biology. Piperine in black pepper helps curcumin cross the intestinal wall, while fat keeps it dissolved in the bloodstream longer, allowing it to reach deep into inflamed tissues. Think of curcumin like an honored guest standing outside the door of your cells, knocking and waiting for someone to open. Then along come piperine and MCT oil. They open that door and guide curcumin right to where it is needed most. Aching joints, sore muscles, and damaged tissues that are crying out for healing. I will never forget a lovely story from Anne, a 69-year-old woman from Texas. She told me, My knee pain was like a noisy neighbor, it never stopped talking. After taking my advice, she began adding 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, and 1 small spoon of MCT oil into her morning coffee. At first I thought I was mixing up something crazy, she laughed. But after 3 weeks she realized the dull ache when she stood up had disappeared. It did not vanish completely, but it became so light I almost forgot I ever had pain. That is how turmeric works, not overnight, but gradually, day by day, cell by cell. Scientists call it systemic inflammation reduction. Instead of just calming one swollen area, it soothes the entire network of inflammation throughout your body. When that happens, you begin to notice softer joints, less muscle fatigue, clearer thinking, and even a natural glow returning to your skin. The formula is simple. Each morning add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 small spoon of MCT oil or pure coconut oil into your hot coffee. Stir until fully dissolved. Drink while the coffee is still warm, that is when absorption is strongest. If you are not used to the mild bitterness, add a bit of raw honey or a sprinkle of Ceylon cinnamon to smooth the flavor. Remember, turmeric does not just target joint inflammation. It also protects your blood vessels, nerve cells, and liver while boosting antioxidant capacity, the internal defense that slows aging from the inside out. And the best part is this: once you make turmeric a morning habit, it does more than help you move with ease. It brings a calm, uplifting sense of balance, as if your body is finally working in harmony again. I like to call turmeric the silent golden warrior. It does not shout or sparkle, but it works faithfully every day, helping your body heal itself. Those who stay consistent for 4 to 6 weeks often find something incredible. They no longer have to try to stand up. Their body simply does it. And when you stir turmeric into your morning coffee, remember, it is more than a recipe. It is a message to your body. I choose to heal from within, not just cover the pain. Because as Anne beautifully said, turmeric does not give me the buzz that coffee does, it makes me feel alive again. 4. Ceylon cinnamon, the sweet protector. If you think cinnamon is just a spice for pastries or winter coffee, you are missing one of the quietest and strongest protectors for senior health. But it is important to remember that not all cinnamon is the same. Most cinnamon sold in supermarkets is cassia cinnamon, which is cheaper but contains higher levels of coumarin, a compound that can harm the liver if used regularly. The cinnamon called Ceylon cinnamon, or true cinnamon, is the real natural treasure. It is rarer, more delicate in aroma, mildly sweet, and especially safe for the body. People in Sri Lanka call it the brown gold of life because for centuries they have used Ceylon to support health, reduce inflammation, and promote longevity. I still remember the story of Frank, a 67-year-old man who had type 2 diabetes and chronic knee pain. Each morning he needed a few minutes to rub his feet before he could stand up. "I have accepted that getting older means having to live with pain," he said. But after he began adding half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to his hot coffee, every morning a seemingly small change, things slowly shifted. After 3 weeks, his fasting blood sugar stabilized, getting up in the morning became easier, and what surprised him most was the feeling of lightness in his knee. He told me, "I cannot remember the last time I climbed a flight of stairs without holding the handrail until now." Scientists have explained this phenomenon clearly. Ceylon cinnamon contains biologically active compounds such as cinnamaldehyde and cinnamic acid that can inhibit inflammatory enzymes while improving blood flow to the joints. A study by the American Diabetes Association in 2023 found that adults over 60 who took only half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon daily for 6 weeks reduced their fasting blood sugar by an average of 23% and lowered systemic inflammatory markers by 19%. When blood sugar is stable, the small blood vessels that feed muscles, joints, and nerves function better. Improved circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the joints, helping reduce swelling, ease pain, and restore mobility. That is why many people report feeling lighter and more limber after just a few weeks. Ceylon cinnamon also directly affects insulin, the hormone that controls the body's energy. When insulin functions effectively, you feel less tired after meals, experience fewer blood sugar dips, and enjoy more steady energy throughout the day. For older adults, this is a key factor in maintaining endurance and mental clarity. The way to use it is extremely simple. Each morning when you prepare your coffee, Add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to the coffee grounds before brewing, or sprinkle it directly into your hot cup. The heat will release the beneficial compounds most effectively. Drink it after breakfast so the cinnamon is absorbed steadily, and so it does not upset the stomach. If you want extra flavor, you can add a little raw honey. Not only does it taste better, it also supports digestion and enhances anti-inflammatory effects. After some time, you will notice something remarkable. Morning stiffness gradually fades, your body seems to wake up faster, and your mood feels lighter. Your coffee will no longer be only a wake-up drink, it will be a warm source of energy that starts your day without pain or fatigue. Ceylon cinnamon is not merely a flavor enhancer for life, it is a gatekeeper for senior health. It helps control blood sugar, protect the cardiovascular system, reduce cellular inflammation, and recover the flexibility lost over the years. With every morning cup of cinnamon coffee, you are sending a gentle message to your body. I still want to be healthy, and I am taking care of you in the best way. 5. Maca root powder, the ancient strength booster. There is a place high in the Andes, above 13,123 feet, which is about 4,000 meters, where the air is thin, the wind cuts like a knife, and very little vegetation survives. Yet for more than 2,000 years, the people of Peru have lived and thrived there. Their secret was not modern medicine or advanced technology, but a small root that grows on those slopes, maca. They called it the food of endurance and consumed it daily to maintain energy, increase stamina, and keep the body strong under extreme conditions. Today, science has finally caught up with that ancient wisdom. Researchers have found that maca root powder is not only a food but a natural adaptogen. That means it helps the body adapt balance hormones, improve energy, and increase resilience to stress, especially in middle-aged and older adults. In a study published in 2022 Inches, the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, 175 participants between 60 and 75 years old were divided into two groups. One group received a placebo, while the other took 1 teaspoon of maca each morning for 4 months. The results were striking. The maca group increased leg strength by 32%, improved balance by 28%, and reported feeling more energetic, less fatigued, and more emotionally steady. What makes maca special is that it does not create the quick spike of energy that caffeine does. Instead, it helps the body produce energy more efficiently at the cellular level. Maca contains natural compounds called macamides and macacines that support mitochondrial function. The mitochondria are the energy factories inside each cell. When mitochondria perform better, you will notice the difference. You no longer feel sluggish after a night of sleep. You wake up more alert, more agile, and full of vitality. I remember Robert, a 71-year-old carpenter who worked with his hands all his life. In recent years, standing for even a few minutes made his legs shaky and his back sore. After his son suggested he try maca, he added it to his morning coffee. At first, he thought it would not matter, he said, but after 2 weeks, he began to notice change. I do not feel younger, he told me, but I feel alive again. It is not an excited buzz, not a rush. It is the steady current of energy I had years ago. Now he spends his mornings in his old workshop doing light tasks without the exhaustion that used to stop him. With maca, the miracle is not speed, but consistency. It helps your system run in the right rhythm, hormones more balanced, muscles more resilient, and mood more positive. Some studies even suggest maca can support natural physiological function in men, improve sleep quality, and reduce mental stress factors that often erode with age. Using maca is simple. Start with 1 teaspoon each morning during the first week mixed into your hot coffee. Once your body adapts, gradually increase to 1 tablespoon. Choose gelatinized maca, which has been processed to remove indigestible starches and increase absorption of active compounds by up to 40%. Its flavor is slightly creamy and mildly sweet with a hint of caramel, and it pairs surprisingly well with coffee. Use maca 5 days a week and rest 2 days so your body does not develop excessive tolerance, similar to how you allow muscles a break between workouts. If you keep this habit for several weeks, you will notice clearer changes, steadier steps, deeper sleep, and above all, a renewed sense of confidence. I always believe that true strength is not in youth, but in the ability to recover. Maca is the friend that helps your body remember that. It does not make you jumpy like caffeine. It wakes you up in the most beautiful sense of the word. So if you want to begin each morning feeling more alive and resilient, try adding a spoon of maca to your coffee. Every sip is not only energy for today, but a reminder that the life force within you is waiting to be awakened. Think of your body as a garden that has gone through many seasons of sun and storms. You cannot make it green again overnight, but if you tend it carefully every day, you will see new shoots emerge. Likewise, your journey of recovery should be slow and layered, one step and 1 month at a time. This is not a rapid cure. It is a quiet, lasting transformation. Month 1. Collagen Peptides. Begin gently with collagen. Treat it as the foundation for rebuilding joints and connective tissue. Collagen will quietly repair small damages in your cartilage, ease pain, and help you stand and walk without fearing the crack in your knee. This is the stage where you re-establish the base for full regeneration. Month 2. Add the mushroom blend. Once the joints begin to heal, it is time to add cellular energy. The mushroom blend will awaken the brain, increase endurance, and reduce fatigue, like replacing the batteries of your whole system. You will notice clearer alertness, better body coordination, and brighter mornings. Month 3. Add turmeric with black pepper. Now it is time to remove the hidden obstacles holding you back, chronic inflammation, and pain. Turmeric and black pepper help reduce deep tissue inflammation, calm the joints, and protect cells from damage. This is often the month when many people first feel real lightness. Joints move more freely, morning pain does not linger, and the body feels lubricated from within. Month 4. Add cinnamon and maca. When the joints and energy stabilize, you can focus on total balance. Ceylon cinnamon will help control blood sugar and steady energy throughout the day, while maca will reactivate natural hormones, improve strength, mood, and the sense of living fully. This is the stage where you are not just healthy, you feel alive again. After 4 months, your body will be different. It may not be an overnight miracle, but it will be a slow, deep transformation. One small step each month. 1 cup of coffee, 1 renewal. This is not medicine, but a ritual of self-care that helps you regain energy, flexibility, and confidence in your own body. Remember, this is not a short path, but it is a real one. Science calls it cellular regeneration. I call it coming home, when your body and mind begin to harmonize again day by day. So do not rush. Each morning when you stir a spoon of powder into your coffee, treat it like a small act of meditation, a reminder that you are still moving forward. This is not temporary repair. It is a quiet transformation. I do not believe aging means giving up. I believe it means a second chance, the chance to care for the body in ways you may have neglected when you were young. Inside each person, there is still a youthful version waiting to be awakened. You only need to give it a chance to come alive. Each morning when you pour your coffee, do not treat it as just a habit. Think of it as something bigger, a promise to yourself, a promise that you will remain active, strong, and free. Because every spoonful you stir into your cup today is not only nourishment but faith. Faith that the body can heal and that life still holds many things worth looking forward to. Age may slow you down, but it can never take away the will to be healthy. And sometimes change does not come from grand gestures, but from small, persistent habits. 1 cup of coffee, 1 better choice, 1 new resolve. So tomorrow morning, when you wrap your hands around a warm cup, smile and say to yourself, I am doing this for a better version of me. It is more than a cup of coffee. It is a gift to your future. Now I want to hear from you. Of the 5 powders I just shared, which one will you start with first? Collagen to restore joints, mushrooms to regain energy, or cinnamon and maca to balance the whole body? Leave a comment below. Share your age, your impressions, and the journey you want to begin. We are building a community of strong, pain-free, and vibrant older adults. Let us prove together that aging is not an ending, but the beginning of a new chapter, healthier and more meaningful than ever.